I shot my first ever paid brand campaign during COVID with the cheapest gear that you can imagine, and this is how it went. This video is basically just to show you that you don't need the fanciest gear. All you need is passion, ambition, high energy, and different businesses will see that and they'll want to work with you. Hey, I'm Cameron. I'm a full-time photographer, content creator. I work remotely, traveling the world. I've been doing photography for 5 years now, and I want to give back to any beginner photographer who is just starting out. So basically, during COVID, I had all the time in the world. I taught myself all the skills I needed for photography through YouTube. Looking up different YouTube tutorials, I learned a lot of my stuff from Peter McKinnon, as I'm sure like a lot of people do or have. He's like the OG. It was basically a time where I had all the time in the world to learn Lightroom, to learn composition, to learn lighting, etc, etc. And with all this said, I had an entry-level camera, 100 Canon D. I had the cheapest two softbox lights from Amazon. I think the brand was Newer. And I had a kit lens and a nifty 50, which is the 50mm Canon prime lens, which I picked up from Facebook Marketplace for about 70 bucks. 70 Australian dollars. From here, I basically started posting platforms like Instagram and Facebook. And that's when someone reached out to me asking if I could photograph their products and do a complete campaign on a bunch of the new chocolates and lollies and candy that they had just gotten into their store. So this opportunity came up from a friend of a friend. It was a small shop that was in a Westfield and they needed photos. When I first got the message, I was very nervous and excited at the same time because I didn't know what to charge. I want to explain that at this point, it was never about the money. It was more about I wanted to get a chance to be able to produce some work. And I think it was more of I wanted to show myself that something like this can be possible. Once I can prove that it's possible, it's then scalable. So once I had the job and we agreed on the payment, I went to work. I had my Canon 100D, I had my nifty 50 lens, I had the two softbox lightings from Newer. I used my living room TV as a backdrop and I put a background from YouTube as the setting. So I placed the products on top of the coffee table so that with the 50mm lens, I was able to have the TV blurry a little bit with the focus being on the actual product. Once I was doing this, I had the entire living room of my parents' house, by the way. This was at mum and dad's place, completely decked out, and I was shooting all these different products and my parents would walk past. I can remember my mother being like super proud, like sort of, she didn't realize that this could actually be a job, that this could be a career. She always saw it as like a hobby, but I feel like this was the first turning point that she saw, oh, like an actual business is paying my son to take photos of their products. So I could see that, I could see her eyes light up like, oh, this is something, this could be something. I not only used the TV as a backdrop, but I also did some flat lay shots where I put the product on a glass and then I poured some of the chocolates and lollies on the actual coffee table so that there was some separation between the product and the background of the flat lay, so that it created a little bit of depth and I was able to create some bokeh around the actual product. That's just another idea that you can use if you're trying to be creative about the shots. But what I learned from this was I really learned that you don't need to have the best gear. This was 5 years ago, and even today your phone can do just as a good job as an entry-level camera. So if that's all you have, you can actually start to get work from clients. However, with that said, I do believe that a client will always, if they know nothing about photography, they will always view someone who is coming to take photos of their products, they will always view someone with an actual camera as more professional. So you don't need the best gear. I say bring energy, bring high energy, bring drive, bring ambition, bring ideas. These are the things that clients really notice. I want to be real for a second that if you're just starting out and you are a beginner, the road is long. It's going to be a long road. As long as that you know that you have this passion, you have that drive, as long as you know that, that will carry you over the years. It took me 5 years to get to this point of being able to work remotely and still work as a content creator and editor. And I get to do travel photography, and I get to share my skills with you and others like you in the hopes that they can achieve their own dreams, something similar to this. When I first started out, I remember reading a blog post and it said, on average, if you want to be working full-time as a photographer, it's going to take about 5 years. I always remember that because it is 5 years now since when I started. However, you can land a job working for a company as a photographer, as a content creator in a smaller time frame. It took me 2 years to land a job simply by getting creative, posting my work on Facebook and Instagram, post your work on TikTok now, because TikTok is a platform where a lot of businesses are on, and you can do it on the cheap. I have another video here where you can use Lightroom as an online gallery to send your clients the photos. But even if you don't do that, and that's a little bit more complicated, just use Google Drive. Just use the tools and resources that you have right now. You don't need to invest large amounts of money yet if you don't really know if this is what you want to do. If you already are a photographer as well, and you want to lean more into travel photography, lean into this kind of lifestyle, save up a large amount of money, travel to places where that money will last longer. For example, Malaysia. The apartment that I'm sitting in right now cost me about 1,300. The food here is crazy cheap, so your money will last a lot longer here. Go travel and photograph your travels. Do all the travel photography that you can and get on social media. Buy yourself some time by coming to a place like here, or Indonesia, or Thailand, or Vietnam. Build your travel portfolio and then do something like this. Create those YouTube videos. Learn how to create passive income online. Learn affiliate links. Learn email marketing. Learn marketing in general. Teach yourselves these skills because you have access to all the resources. Teach yourself from YouTube, everything. Read books on business. Do what you can to be able to live the lifestyle that you want. It has never been easier. You literally have everything at your fingertips to be able to do stuff like this. And if you do want to live a lifestyle like this, get yourself an eSIM card for connectivity and to be able to get around. Get yourself a travel card, something like Wise, which is what I've been using. I've got a full video about the Wise card right up here. It's all so possible. You just have to take the leap and just go for it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more videos on photography and traveling as a creative. I've also got a full guide in the description down below on 10 ways you can land your first paid photography gig in 30 days. That's completely free. Go check that out. But with all that said, I'm Cameron, never stop creating, and I hope to catch you in the next one. See ya.